Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to the channel, honey, and welcome back to yet another quick chat. Now, today on the quick chat, I do want to talk to you guys about some basketball wives news. Okay, so first up, Miss Royce Reed, honey. Royce Reed has gotten locked up again. Yes, I did say again. Let me go ahead and give you the details of what they're saying surrounding Miss Royce Reed. And for those of you guys that do not know, Royce Reed was a part of Basketball Wives at one point. Okay, for quite some time, she definitely gave Miss Evelyn Lozada a run for her money. She also happens to be the baby mother to Dwight Howard's son. Okay, and we'll get into that just a tad bit later because that's kind of tied to why Miss Girl was locked up previously, which is why I say again. Okay. Now they're saying that officers claim that Royce made evasive maneuvers as she was driving, suggesting that she was trying to flee the cops. So it seems like she was being pulled over for whatever reason. I guess her driving situation. The cops cut on their alarm, trying to pull Miss Royce over. Miss Royce kept going. Now listen, I'm gonna be honest. Depending on the time of day, girl, if that was me, I'm probably gonna keep driving too, girl, until I get to some light. Okay, I need to pull up at a gas station, a very well lit area. That's probably what it is that I'm gonna do. So, girl, you probably gonna be thinking I'm fleeing as well. All right. They said they arrested the mother of one. All right, and charged her with fleeing or attempting to elude an officer, a third-degree felony. Girl, people trying to protect themselves too, honey. Why you gotta sit up here and charge this lady with a third-degree felony? Why that even gotta be a felony? That the officer cut on their lights and she trying to get to a safe place. Now, granted, that's just my thoughts of it. I'm not sure of the road that she actually was caught out there on. You know what I'm saying? It could have been a very well lit place, and she could have made the decision that she wasn't gonna pull over at all and she was gonna keep going, right? But being a woman, she the only person in the car. She's a black woman at that. I'm trying to give her a little bit of benefit of the doubt here that she probably kept driving until she got to a safe place. So I don't even know why that is a third-degree felony, girl. Maybe if y'all go over a certain amount of miles, okay, then maybe that should be considered a third-degree felony, depending on the miles and how long you got the officer driving. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, girl. I don't know. Let's go ahead and keep going. They said if convicted of the charges, the former basketball wife star faces up to 5 years in prison, and she was held with a $2,500 bond, and she has been released on that $2,500 bond at this time. Okay, keep in mind, guys, Miss Royce Reed, as I told you guys earlier in the video, she was arrested earlier this year, and that situation actually was connected to her son. That took place around March of this year. Okay, she ended up being charged with a third-degree felony of neglect of a child. Girl, y'all, one thing y'all gonna do down there in Florida, y'all gonna give Miss Royce Reed the third-degree. Uh-uh. Y'all gonna give Miss Royce Reed the third-degree. Like, that's what it's giving, girl. Y'all gonna give Miss Ma'am the third-degree. They're saying that she was charged with third-degree felony of neglect of a child. All right. And again, that took place earlier this year in March. And this situation was regarding her son, who is actually not allowed to be around other children due to his inappropriate behavior as it pertains to her ex's child. Okay. So it was a lot of tea that came out, girl. It was documents and everything. And I really did not feel fully comfortable going into detail about what was going on with that baby. But at the same time, I was kind of torn because I feel like if you, regardless of who you are, what you are, if you've violated another child, then in a sense, it's like you should be exposed. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like that baby probably was going through a lot of trouble on his own and he was just acting out. And he caused trauma and harm to another child in a very disgusting way. I have to be honest, girl. Given very much so disgusted. I have to be very honest. Okay, baby is very much so troubled. Okay, so I also know that she was having some issues with custody, going back and forth with Dwight Howard or whatnot. And I also know that her son, and from my understanding, is still being seen. Okay. He can't be around children. I believe he's still in therapy or whatever procedure they have him going through. So hopefully he gets that nipped in the bud and he's in a much better space. But Miss Royston side of pen got arrested, girl. You 2 for 2 in 2022, girl, hitting the third-degree. I hate it for Miss Royce. It's like I always want to be able to see her win. I've been wanting to see her come back to reality TV, girl, but it's not looking so good. I hate that for her. I do wonder. I feel like Royce would say no, even if he was given the opportunity to return back to Basketball Wives. I feel like she would turn that down because I don't think she's at a place where she would want to actually have those open discussions about things that took place with her son. Because I feel like that's what a lot of people are going to want to know about. And girl, last time I checked, Dwight Howard ended up putting a gag order out on that lady. So I don't even know if she was able to even, at some point even say his name on TV. So he probably done fixed it to where she probably can't even speak on her own child anyway. Girl, I don't know, child. But anyway, that's what I'm thinking. If she were to get the opportunity to come back on TV, I don't think she probably would do it because they're probably going to want to know more about the details about her son, which I kind of feel a little bit is off limits. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she could touch on it and just say, yes, there was an inappropriate situation that happened with my son, and yeah, there's the situation I have to deal with over there, but let's move on. I don't know because they're gonna want to capture that. That may be cringeworthy. That may be too much for the people to handle. Maybe even myself while I'm over here thinking about it. Okay, so you don't want to do it, girl. We ain't gonna force you, girl. I don't think nobody's trying to bring her onto their screen anytime soon. Maybe she could do something like Surreal Life, or like a college hill or something. Maybe she could go over there and do that. I already hear some of y'all tip tapping down in the comments saying she don't need to do that. She need to focus on being a mama to that little boy. I already hear y'all, girl. I hear you, girl. I'm gonna let you type it anyway because that's just how you is, okay? But I already hear you, all right? But I'm gonna go ahead and move on to the next little story that I want to discuss regarding Basketball Wives, honey. And that's actually about Miss Shaunie O'Neal. Okay, definitely have to talk about Shaunie O'Neal. All right, y'all know Shaunie O'Neal recently got married, engaged, and married to Pastor. What is it, Keon Henderson? Girl, I don't even want to quote the man's last name because I already know that I'm gonna mess it up. So it's just Pastor Keon is what they call him. Okay, she is formerly the wife of Shaquille O'Neal. They haven't been together for some time. She's dated in between there, but she finally found her love with this Pastor Keon, honey. Okay, now she got a chance to, well, first of all, before we get into her having to sit down over there on the Sherry Shepherd show, know that she is actually bringing a new show to VH1. Surrounding, it seems like her as a businesswoman, her as a wife to the pastor, as well as her as a mother to these 5 children that she has. So now, as much as I may not like how, Miss Shaunie may have done things, Shaunie does look good for her to be a mom of 5, okay? And I'm saying it like that, like women that got 5 kids can't look good. You know what I'm saying? But just know she's old. She's an older woman. She's older than me, and she's kept herself in tip top shape. So I'm gonna definitely get that piece over there to Miss Shaunie, and that's about all she's gonna get from me. But anyway, so they're saying that Shaunie and her now husband Keon have a reality show on the horizon. Okay, it will be dropping soon, and it's going to be titled Shaunie's Home Court. Okay, I see she put the court in there because it's still surrounding the whole basketball type of thing. Y'all know Shaquille O'Neal be, what I'm saying, he be doing what the hoop. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. Okay, they're saying that we are going to get a glimpse, as I said, of her being the first lady because he is a pastor, her being a businesswoman because of course that she's been getting these shows greenlit, and her being a mother. Now, that's going to be taking place. Not sure if I'm going to tune in. I feel like I may check out the first episode to see if I really want to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people that may watch it may end up reviewing it. They probably going to do it just to drag Miss Shaunie because a lot of people don't like Miss Shaunie. Okay, I might, peek in, see what's going on, girl, then step back out. I don't know. All right, we'll see. We'll see whenever it's going to drop over there on VH1. I do believe it's going to be coming to VH1. But outside of that, she got a chance to have a sit down with Sherry Shepherd. And when she had this sit down, she pretty much talked about Basketball Wives. She talked about her leaving the show and why she was just in a different space in her life, girl, for her to leave the show. Y'all, you know what? I just want y'all to really hear what Shaunie had to say about her moving forward from Basketball Wives, but not really moving forward from Basketball Wives. Check this out.
With you being the executive producer of Basketball Wives, how do you, and now you are the first lady of a church, how does that balance out?
It's interesting because right before we started dating, I was like in this, I don't know, this place of where I was like, this is not really representing me anymore, physically being there on camera. So it was like this thing was happening in my life anyway, where I was evolving from that place. And I meet Keon, and it just was like the right time in life where I'm able to executive produce and not participate in it all.
Yes.
It's always going to be the show that I created, always going to be the show that I executive produce, but physically being there is not for me. You know, it's just not where I am. And yeah,
that is
so I'm able to balance it because the disconnect of not being there on camera. I'm able to still be that businesswoman and do what I need to do. That is business. Yeah, this is life and personal and real, and you know, I'm here.
Well,
all right. Now, y'all done heard Miss Shaunie and what she had to say. It's not physically, it's not just mentally a place that she's in at this time, which is why she decided to step away from Basketball Wives as far as being in front of the camera. Now, I definitely understand where Shaunie is coming from with that. And I do feel like, as I say about everybody else, people have a right to grow. They have a right to want to move on to other things. But girl, let's be real honest here. Okay. In my personal opinion, let's be very honest here. The reason you chose to take a step back from Basketball Wives in front of the camera because you could not face, in my opinion, the backlash that you were getting for the treatment of OG while on that show. And not only just the treatment of OG being on that show, it was the aftermath as well, and how you went about conducting a conversation about colorism, but excluding the woman that should have been a part of the conversation because she actually experienced the colorism on the show. So that's one of the reasons I feel like production probably cracked down on you, said some things, didn't want to part ways with you. They probably enjoy you so much. But yeah, I feel like the backlash had a lot to do with you ascending to this whole new space mentally, physically, and all of that, and how you want to be able to make money off these girls that's willing to make a fool of themselves, Miss Church First Lady, wanting to continue to make a coin off of the ladies that want to make a fool of themselves, but you still be able to reap the benefits and the check. And it's just interesting that it took the OG situation for you to take the step back, because people have been saying for a long time that you should not be on the show because you weren't willing to give us a lot. It definitely seemed like you would start a few little things, you know what I'm saying? You would be out there producing and all that other stuff, girl. But you also didn't want to really go deeper into what you had going on for real. So people didn't really understand why were you even on the show. If that's how it's gonna be, then you need to take a step back. You know what I'm saying? But then you'll try and exercise your weight when the ladies feel like, you know what I'm saying, you up there being biased or whatever the case may be while at work. Okay, you giving favoritism to one over the other while at work. Then you want to sit up there and say, well, thank you for your services. But then now that you don't want to be up there participating in the foolishness and XYZ, you want to bring sad people back that's willing to make themselves look like a fool so that you can continue to get a check off of them. And some of it just don't really make sense to me. But at the same time, as a business person, it is kind of giving. If y'all want to do it, then who the hell am I to cut a check out of my pocket and out of my kids' mouth? Well, let me go ahead and continue to keep it and take it. I'll fall to the back. I will fall to the back and let y'all do what y'all gonna do. So some part of me, like on the business front, it's like I get what you're saying. But also at the same time, it's giving hypocrite. But either way, you know, that's what it is that you want to do. And we hope that things work out with your marriage, you know, and good luck. All right. That's really all that I have. I wanted to play that for you guys. I want to get you guys' thoughts and comments regarding Miss Royce Reed being arrested, honey. Okay. And I also want to get your thoughts about Miss Shaunie O'Neal stepping away from Basketball Wives and being in front of the camera. Do you think that was a wise idea? That was a great idea of her to not be in front of the camera and just step behind it and get that check? Or do you think she should have done away with the show as a whole? Okay, just get you a first lady now. There's no reason that you should be making money in this manner, especially now you got your own show coming up now. Okay, so y'all let me know all of your thoughts down below in the comments, honey. I'm JamiThatsMe. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.